The Nihi resort has twice been voted the best hotel in the world. It's also home to an excellent wave, but you can't surf here, not unless you're a guest paying at least $2,000 per night and then still extra to surf. It's especially controversial among surfers, but what's on the other side of that? In 2025, I visited the resort as a journalist writing a story for an Australian newspaper, and I wanted to know, is there ever a case when it's okay to commercialise the ocean?
Nenek moyang orang Sumba itu dikatakan berasal dari Semenanjung Malaka. Kemudian mereka membuat tatanan kehidupannya sendiri. Itu di Sumba ini sering terjadi peperangan antar suku. Sumba ini kan tidak semua wilayah itu kemudian subur. Orang Sumba sudah punya kepercayaan sendiri yang namanya merapu. Nah, merapu itu, jadi orang Sumba percaya bahwa dia bisa berhubungan dengan Tuhan itu melalui arwah nenek moyangnya.
Orang Sumba tidak bisa menghindar dari adat istiadat karena adat istiadat ini ya harus dijalan karena ini sudah turun temurun.
Yeah, well, we're about to have a bit of an upgrade in circumstances, Philo.
Tapi kecil ini, itu kilo.
Iya.
Itu yang besar itu punya.
Ya, saya tidak bawa baju saya dan
Iya.
What is your name?
Tom.
Tom. Okay.
Terima kasih ya. The resort was built in the 1990s by this man, American businessman and surfer, Claude Graves. He survived earthquakes, black magic curses, malaria, and angry surfers to build his dream hotel.
Do you think the state of surfing now, to surf good quality uncrowded waves, that's become, the way that things are now, that's a privilege that you have to pay for now?
Yeah, of course. There's too many surfers, not enough waves. I've been surfing for 62 years. I remember the days when it was really soul surfing. Everywhere is packed. There's surf schools all over the place. I didn't want that. There is a valid reason to, some places should be special, kept private as can be. Came in 1988 with my wife Petra. We were on a round the world trip looking for a place to build this resort here. The right place was going to be a place where there was no tourists and still like a intact culture that wasn't, affected by white people. It just took forever, it took 9.5 years.
Just to acquire the land?
Just to get the land. It was brutal, There's two tribes here at war with each other. They think they know, but they're thinking collective until there's money, and then they're thinking like, well, that's mine, that's yours, that's yours. And the argument starts. And to keep the integrity, that means like getting all of the land. Because in Indonesia, if you don't, or anywhere else in the world, and you got a beautiful beach, you don't have it very long. Everybody starts coming in. First we were camping on the beach in front of the boathouse, and then I built just this funky little hut, 3-stone fire pit for a kitchen, and I had a Zodiac. We were just eating raw fish and cooked fish and rice, man. There was nothing else. I didn't have water, We had to dig into the creek to get fucking water out of there, dry creek bed. Overall, it was the best time we've had here. But it was when we started bringing people down here, started doing some land clearing and everything. They came in with the malaria, infected all the mosquitoes down here. And mate, I've had malaria 34 times. There was no way we were going to be able to open a resort under these conditions. So I had to solve that malaria problem. There was a lot of issues we had to solve, thus the Sumba Foundation. If we're going to do it for ourselves, we're going to do it for our neighbors. Things changed. Donations went from $100 to $300 to thousands, like 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000. And all of a sudden, within 2 years, we were generating 650,000 US every year, donated by the hotel guest here. And that's the beautiful model of Nihiwatu here, is that the guests get involved. I was never doing that like some accusers. Oh yeah, Claude's only doing the Sumba Foundation to clean up his image with the surf thing. Well, that's just fucking stupid to say that. you know, because what we're doing there is like right on, and it's necessary, and it's like an obligation. I see an obligation for any developer going into anywhere in a poor, remote area to look after your neighbors.
In 2012, Claude sold his resort to American billionaire hotelier Chris Birch. Chris took it to a new level of luxury, including additional charges to surf. James McBride is his current CEO. I went to find out more from James and to see if I could sneak a surf in too. Some local people maybe struggle to understand is maybe the restriction of access, specifically around the ocean and the beach. I mean, why is that a necessary part of what you guys are doing?
I don't think it's a restriction of access. We are the biggest employer in Sumba by far. We look after more families in this island than anyone. Thousands of people are directly affected positively by it, and no one's getting impeded by that.
Despite all the fuss, the wave isn't A grade, maybe A minus at best. It's fickle, shifty, blown out by the trades and has a tricky speed to match. It's also perfect for beginners and intermediates who want to progress their way up the line without interruption.
Undang-undang mengatur bahwa orang tidak bisa memiliki pantai pribadi. Kontribusi PAD dari Nihiwatu cukup besar, sangat membantu pemerintah Kabupaten Sumba Barat ini. Dukungan pemerintah kepada pihak-pihak swasta yang dianggap memberikan kontribusi positif untuk Sumba Barat, sehingga kayak menutup mata sebelah, membiarkan Nihiwatu itu seolah-olah mengklaim pantai itu punya dia. Kita memang jauh sekali dari pusat pemerintahan, lambat untuk kemudian maju. Sumber daya kita sendiri kan tidak sebesar daerah lain, sudah mulai maju. Dengan adanya pariwisata sudah mulai maju. Sehingga memang kita harus mensupport para investor untuk masuk ke Sumba dan jangan ganggu mereka. Biar mereka berinvestasi sehingga bisa membantu perkembangan, pertumbuhan, pembangunan di Sumba.
Everyone is benefiting, the whole island is benefiting from it greatly. And really that's our stance on it, is that if it ever was to be a point where there was not benefit to Sumba in its totality, there's a problem. But the benefits to the whole, to the society of all people in West Sumba are touched in some way or form by Nihi Sumba. As I said, the biggest employer, biggest taxpayer, and the biggest people that are involved in eradicating malaria, malnutrition, water, and I think that's recognized by the people more than anything, and actually supported by the people in a very positive way.
Most locals are happy with Nihi and the way it's been able to improve life on the island. But some have mixed opinions, including Petu, a former Nihi lifeguard who left the resort in 2012 to start his own homestay.
Saya dipanggil dari Nihi. Di SD saya tidak tahu baca. Tidak tahu membaca sama sekali. Tapi saya setelah keluar dari sekolah dan lihat-lihat yang tulis di baju, mulai nama-nama, dan ya itu, dan saya di kapal ini banyak belajar. Kasihan masyarakat. Kalau tidak ada jalan, pasti mereka jual tanah. Karena tidak ada akses. Pasti. Kalau ada akses, mereka jual air kelapa. Setelah saya keluar dari ini, saya bikin klub yang namanya Sumba Surfing Club Tanah Marapu. dulu.
Sekarang ada dukung sudah mulai kerja bersama dengan Nihi.
Sudah, mereka menawarkan kami dari Sumba Marine Foundation untuk memberikan donasi. Itu yang lebih bagus untuk membantu Sumba. Bukan hanya membantu untuk memberikan makan setiap hari. Kalau menurut saya itu tidak pas. Itu bukan membantu. Membantu tapi memberikan sebuah usaha. Orang luar yang buka bisnis harus komunitas sama. Harus bikin komunitas lokal sama maunya saya.
Despite all this controversy about paying for waves, there are plenty of other private beaches you can access for free here. It's not that hard. All you really have to do is get out there and look.